they destroy them with some kind of a ray gun, which I cannot find.
Hey everybody, welcome to Britpop's Reaction, BP1 and BP2. Cat videos on the internet go absolutely mental, and this is probably the first one we've actually done in the 3.5-4 years we've been doing this.
Maybe we need to do more.
We need to do more cat videos.
Maybe that's where we're going wrong. Furry things. All right.
Well, before we talk about it, shout out to Lucy Texas Girl, who went over to buymeacoffee.com/BritpopsReact and said, guys, you got to check these out, because obviously we did the dog service line, which was quite funny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And she said, oh, we did mention cats. This is not a cat's service line, but this is Friskies, which I do believe is a cat brand of cat food. And it's called Dear Kitten, and lots of different little adverts. I suppose they're quite little funny, little skitty adverts.
All right. Okay. So we're going to go through all of them. Are we going to see?
We are. Yeah.
Progression.
I've pressed something on the keyboard. We'll go through them. We'll go through them, and
hopefully there's a little sort of progressive story through it. Maybe
apparently so. Yeah, we have to start at the beginning.
Kitten. Dear Kitten presents. Okay.
Dear Kitten, since I have hissed at you the customary 437 times, it is now my duty as the head of the household to begrudgingly welcome you. Perhaps you are here to replace me, but I must do my duty and educate you on your new surroundings, as Maximilian once did for me. Rest in peace. Dear Kitten, this room here is basically a crapshoot. Either you get the petting of your life, and I'm in two hands, like you don't even know what's going on, or they just lie there and don't do anything. For hours, it's weird. Oh, and I should also point out, on special occasions, they will leave the underwear drawer open to signal their appreciation of me. Just to be clear, it's my spot. It's perfect in there. It's like sleeping surrounded by underwear. Well, I mean, that's exactly what it is. Dear Kitten, I remember when I could fit in a shoe. There's nothing like it. Being engulfed in 360 degrees of foot smell.
They love shoes, don't they, pets?
Yeah,
Dear Kitten, because you are so small, you cannot jump, which is sad. Sad for you. But eventually you will, and you will find the places that I refer to as up. This will come in handy, especially around the human larva, which I know smells like milk, but can be a bit grabby. Dear Kitten, you should be aware that there are two kinds of food. The first is sort of a dehydrated brown niblet. I think they gave us these because they're training us to be astronauts. Just a guess. The second kind is wet food. It is so special they keep it in little armored metal casings that no claw can penetrate. With no claws to speak of, the humans can somehow open them. It's like some dark magic. Dear Kitten, I should warn you of the monster known as Vacuum. It can eat and yell at the same time, and I've seen it eat everything. Seriously, like a paperclip and 2 cat toys. Didn't even flinch. To hide from Vacuum, you may use the curtains of invisibility. Oh yeah, you're good. Good hiding. Oh boy. Dear Kitten, one final note. Once in a while you might see a little red dot. I'm going to tell you this right now. It is real, and it can be caught. I did it once. I held it for a full minute, but when I lifted my paws, it was gone. So, Kitten, welcome to the household. You'll do just fine.
Wow.
Okay, so it's a long advert for Friskies.
Arena Friskies, yeah. I mean, cats are something else, though, aren't they?
They are. They get into everywhere, don't they? Especially if you start moving stuff or doing something, they're in.
Dear Kitten, you've probably noticed that there's a new thing in the house. It is called a dog. And I know this because before you, I had a best friend named Peanut. Rest in peace. At first, I assumed Peanut was just a very ugly cat. Charming in his own way, but terrible breath. Awful. So, Kitten, here are some things that you need to know. Dear Kitten, imagine a cat. Now take away independence, cleanliness, and intelligence. What you have left is basically a dog. Here's an example. Yesterday, I saw the dog sitting on his butt, scooching forward with his front paws, and he looked over at me. And you know what he said? He said, "Check it out. I'm walking on 2 legs just like the peoples do."
Oh, no.
I mean, it gives you an idea of what we're dealing with here. Dear kitten, you might see me get a little ninja crazy town now and then. You know, like a... Don't get freaked out. I'm just expressing dominance, which is... Oh my, no, you are not good at that. That was actually worse. It looked like your spine just sneezed. Oh boy. Dear kitten, you might hear the phrase, "A dog is a man's best friend." That is, frankly, incredible marketing on their part. I don't know how they did it. They're certainly not buying ads in the newspaper. I mean, have you seen what they do with newspapers? Trust me, it's the opposite of reading, if you know what I mean. I mean, they poop on them. Dear kitten, the dog is the sort of creature that will decide whether it should put something in its mouth by putting it in its mouth. That's the level of decision-making that goes on. They basically eat everything. Case in point, butt paper. They even eat those weird brown dehydrated pip nuggets that the humans give us.
They do like to put anything in their mouth.
Let the dog eat all of our dry food. If it gets caught, it gets put in jail. And right then, we can enjoy the moist deliciousness of the can without interruption. It's a gambit. Dear kitten, you may hear the dog being referred to as a puppet, which I think is some sort of a French way of saying puppet. This explains why they attach that string to him from time to time. Worst marionette ever, if you ask me. But the point is, if they try to put that string on you, just freeze. You don't want to get into show business, trust me. Dear kitten, yes, the dog can be cuddly at times. I mean, just today he came over and he started licking the inside of my ears. Was it weird? Yes, but also rather pleasant. Don't judge. When they get happy, stay to the front, because their tails become some sort of a weird psycho-furry sword. I mean, I've seen them take the legs right out from under a baby. Dear kitten, our lives just got a bit more difficult, and alone time will be harder to find. But at least we can rest assured that the humans won't get too lonely during our naps, and perhaps that is enough. That's right, doggy. Bow down.
That's a long advert, isn't it?
It is.
It
you
cost a
only see the food
fortune.
once.
Put that on the telly in the UK, it cost you thousands. That's hilarious. BuzzFeed video. Okay, that's what we're on at the minute.
Dear kitten, I've been meaning to tell you, there's this one window in the house that's lower than all of the other windows, and it's very weird. There are these cats that live on the other side of it, and apparently now a dog too. In the beginning, it was not friendly, more of a
It's just
standoff.
staring.
I tried to break the ice. I said, "Who are you and what's your name?" And you know what? He said exactly the same thing at the same time. It was like we read each other's mind. And here's the kicker. We have exactly the same name. How weird is that? In any case, over time it's gotten a bit annoying. You know, I bathe myself, so does he. I jump, he jumps.
It's brilliant.
It got to the point where I just said, "Stop copying me." And you know what's crazy? He said exactly the same thing. And all of a sudden I was like, whoa, maybe I'm the one who's copying him. You know, is there such a thing as free will? Where do our poops go when they disappear from the litter box? I don't know. My mind was blown. In any case, I wanted to warn you about these cats that just copy us constantly. There should be a word for that. Impersonicat? Mimic kitty?
Impersonicat.
I don't know.
I mean, you know, funny little adverts. There's not even food in that one.
No, nothing. And I guess, you know, look at the cat hanging off the drawer.
Dear kitten, I think I already told
people
you
buy into
before
them,
you
and
arrived,
I'll wait for the next
before
one,
this
sort of thing.
new dog came into our lives, I had a best friend named Peanut. Rest in peace. Peanut was a very specialized breed of hunting dog. At least that's what he told me, and I believed him. Very aerodynamic. Nothing like this walking pillow that we've got now. I was never really sure what exactly he was bred to hunt, though. Maybe hamsters inside those little tube systems you see them in. More of a tunneling kind of action, I imagine. Anyways, Peanut and I would play this game, right, where I would hiss at him, and then take a good swipe, right? And he would bark at me, and then I would hiss at him. And yes, it was something. In our relationship, we only had one point of contention, and that was the whole dressing up thing. I wasn't against it. It just seemed a bit demeaning. You know, a fine hunting dog like that dressed up as a hot dog. I get it. I mean, I get the pun, but fashion's not about puns. It's not like you see people dressing up as peepholes. Personally, I wouldn't stand for it. I mean, you try. You try putting a green sweater on me with a bag of chips and calling me guacamelee.
Can you imagine it?
That sweater will be destroyed.
Trying to get anything on a cat.
Here's a pun. It's Christmas, and here's Santa Claus. Get it? Claus, because that's what's coming at you. All up and down your business. In any case, kid,
All up and down
they
your
try and
business.
put wings on you and call you an air pert. You run. You run so far under a couch that it echoes when you meow. Meow. Meow.
Very
I
bizarre.
think I got off on a bit of a tangent there.
Friskies. So obviously this become a run thing over time.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're
But
doing
imagine
back-to-back,
pitching
but-
this in the beginning.
Dear kitten, after the big game starts, your first instinct will be to find a quiet place to escape the madness.
The thing
I
is,
need to...
they must have had to have filmed them all within a very short space of time, because we know you got a
Cats
kitten.
don't hang around. Yeah.
2 weeks later, you got a cat. That's how fast they grow.
Warn
Yeah.
you, though, don't go into the bedroom looking for a place to hide. It's horrifying. There's a pile of coats in there, and the people who are wearing them are gone. Evaporated. I dug down all the way to the bottom of those coats once, and there was no sign of life. The only thing that's left is the smell of their armpits.
Oh,
And the
God.
coats, which I just mentioned. I think it's what happens to the losers of the big game. They destroy them with some kind of a ray gun, which I cannot find. Good question, kitten. What were they doing lying in a giant pile on the bed before they were evaporated? I don't know. Listen, someday I'm going to be gone, and you're going to have to figure all this out for yourself. I'm like a Sherpa. Sherpa to the knowledge. And these coats, obviously, are a sign that there was a giant catastrophe here. No pun intended. Because we had nothing to do with it. I don't think. Really, I tell you that there's a room full of evaporated people, and it's the doorbell that scares you. It's a freaking bell. What do you imagine is going to happen? Anyway, like I was saying, don't go into the bedroom. I don't want to go in there and find just a little pile of your fur and nothing else. I have grown fond of you. Oh, that was hard to say. That was... Is it weird I feel like hissing at you right now?
Yes, you know.
But fine, I'll say it. I like to lick your face. I want to lick at your face. I like to lick at your face. Ooh. You just got the cutest little face. I just want to lick it. Ooh.
Random.
Dear kitten, there's something that I need to warn you about. Today is going to get weird. You know how normally the humans sit in front of that light box? It's quite lovely, actually. They just sit there for hours. And they don't disturb the little people that live inside the light box at all.
No.
But on one day a year, everything changes. Oh, come on. It's just a doorbell. How many times do I have to tell you? It's like the human way of meowing outside of a closed door. Just lazier. Okay, fine. I'll join you under the light box stand. Dear kitten, the first thing that happens is all these new humans arrive. Then they gather up every single thing that we sleep on. And then they try to take up as much room as they can in the dumbest looking way possible. Hey, kitten. Kitten, check it out. I'm taking up all the room. You try one. Like pretend you're a sausage that lost its will to live. That's the spirit. Wait, I got another one. Check me out. Kitty got a big belly. But all joking aside, there is no place for us to nap. We
It's
are
just
doomed.
so random, isn't it?
Dear kitten,
Very
after they
random.
have all assembled in the room of comfortable things, they bring out a cornucopia of human moist food. I'm not totally sure if the objective is to get it into or near the mouth hole. Maybe it's like bocce, like you get
What's this,
points
the
for being
Super Bowl, I'm
close.
assuming?
It really goes everywhere. On their
Yeah.
face. Oh, actually, you have a little something right there. Let me get that. All right, calm down, Sir Hiss-a-Lot. Don't kill the messenger. Dear kitten, you see how some of the humans are wearing traditional robes of some sort? I can't tell what they signify in terms of status, but I am pretty sure that one is the idiot. The humans seem to have some
There's
sort of a
always
ritual.
one idiot.
When the light box suddenly gets loud, all of the humans try to be the first to jump up and shout louder than anyone else. The person who gets up the fastest is the winner and gets to hit people with his paws. The slowest people to get up are then taunted for their inadequacies, and they become very sad. It's actually quite a cruel game, but it's a cruel world. Dear Kitten, you've probably noticed these strange metal cylinders. It seems to be a device that the humans use to suck out their intelligence, kind of like the vacuum, but instead of sucking dirt, it sucks out judgment and common sense. Look, see? Yes, sure, one time I tried it, by accident. And you know what? The next morning I woke up feeling terrible, wearing another cat's collar. And I may or may not have been inside of a sock. Don't ask, because I don't remember. Dear Kitten, I know with this sort of madness your instinct is to hide, but there's a bigger play here. I need you right up in there. I mean jump on people's laps and try to walk across the table of sloppy sauces. If you can find someone who sneezes every time you get near them, get near them. And when it's time, you just walk right in front of the light box and sit down like you don't know what's going on.
They do that, don't they?
3, 2, 1. That's right. Kitty get an airplane ride. A little private jet to the only prize worth competing for. A can of moist, delicious wet food. And touchdown. Works every time. Kitty get what he wants.
Wow.
Kitty get what he wants. I mean, fair play. I think maybe we'll do this in 2 parts. I think we'll do it as a 2-part video. Yeah.
Yeah, to try and sort of,
break it up a bit.
Break
But that
it up
is,
a little bit.
and then we get to know what's going on the next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Interesting.
But like I say, yeah. I mean, how many parts did you think there was?
I don't know. Let's go. Let's just check that out. Which one was? I don't know actually.
Dear Kitten.
Let's have a look while we're here. Yeah, I think we've done regarding the big game. We've done 6, and there's 13. So
Okay,
we're halfway through.
Yeah, we've had some of these sort of recurring, ongoing storytelling ones, haven't we? I think there was
lots over the years.
Bisto ad, wasn't it? There was a Bisto ad with the family.
Yeah, the family grew old.
Yeah,
through time.
Indeed.
Crazy.
So yeah, okay.
You can't go wrong with cats, and it's very poshly does, is it? Very old English Britain, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's not.
Even though it's not, yeah. All right, well, thank you, Lucy. We'll come back. We'll see what happens. But as you say, must have been a strange pitch taking that one in there. We want 13 adverts of cats just doing stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
The whole life of a cat. All right, we will be back tomorrow for another reaction. Until then, it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from him. Take care.
Bye.
Dear BP1.
Yeah.